Hey all, Jason Puckhead Diebold here, and I'm gonna make some stir fry tonight with some miso soup, and I just figured I would record that, number one, so I can see my mistakes, and number two, so anybody else who wants to try it knows what's going on. So in my attempt to do the Rachel Ray Big Carry, I'm going to get all the ingredients and carry it over here to my stove cutting area. All right, be right back. It's the Big Carry! The Big Carry, everybody! Bam! It's not really, it's cheating because Rachel doesn't use a pan, and I did. Teach their own. So got all my ingredients out, mostly fresh vegetables that we need. And I'm just gonna chop that up. So what do we need for, that's clean. What do we need for this? It says, I'm gonna make 4 servings, so 4 times the recipe. So for zucchini, it wants it cut lengthwise and sliced. Oh, okay, I see. Take a zucchini, trim off the ends, and I'm going to wash that here. Let you look a little bit farther this way, I think. Oops. Cool. Cleans it. Okay, so zucchini says cut lengthwise. Cut the zucchini, not your finger. And I keep flipping back over here to look at the picture because I want to know how it's supposed to look. If you have good knives, you just let the knife do the cutting. You really don't have to use a scissor motion. The knife should cut right through. Oh, we have good knife. How do we know? I know we have good knives because my wife said something about chopping the dog bone in half. So I'm like, yeah, cool, no problem. I'll chop the dog bone in half. And I used one of our knives to do it, and I screwed it all up. And then she's like, you know how much those knives are? And so I had to buy one to replace it, because I didn't want to damage the good knife. And then I learned that they are pretty expensive. Heat coconut and sesame oils in a large skillet over medium-high heat. So that's right in the middle. It wants 1.5 teaspoons of extra virgin coconut oil. So for me, instead of using teaspoons, I just like this one, that's a tablespoon. This one, that's a teaspoon. Boom, done. 1.5 extra virgin coconut oil. So it wants 1.5. 1, 2, 3, that would be double. 1, 2, 3, that would be 4 times. And the other oil, which is 1 teaspoon of sesame, so I need 4 of those. And I'm not so sure that just because your recipe is 4 times, you need 4 times the oil. Obviously, you're going to need some extra oil. Oh, those are teaspoons. Not tablespoons. Alright, let's try that again. Just wasted a bunch of coconut oil. That's okay. We have more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Honey, we're out of coconut oil. Sesame oil, so we need 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, going. Alright, then it says add carrot, cook constantly for 1 to 2 minutes. How many carrots do we want? We want a half a medium carrot. So I'm going to take that times 4, so I want 2 full carrots. And I don't like to cut up carrots, right? So I have cut carrots. So really it's just a matter of, you know, how much is 1 carrot. And so that's about a carrot, right? About 2 carrots. Relax, we like carrots. Bam, done. So we're gonna want to get our stir fry material here. Get that going. Add broccoli next. Okay, so how much broccoli we want? It says a 1/4 cup. So for what we're doing times 4, we're gonna want a whole cup of broccoli. That's fine. We have a cup. Measure. We don't have a cup. Oh my God, what are we gonna do? Oh, there you go. That's why everybody that watches these videos should know that they can do this diet, because I'm horrible in the kitchen and I can do the diet. So if I can do it, anybody else should be able to also. I think that's part of the point of me doing the videos, is that you're like, man, that idiot can do it. I should be good at this. I like the broccoli in here, so I think I'm going to add a little bit extra, since we have so much oil in the pan. So that might be closer to 2 cups. Oh well. What I mean too by I'm such a bad cook is this is our 1 cup measuring, and I broke it. My wife said, who broke the measuring cup? Guilty. But watch me, I can still make some stir fry, right? And if I can make stir fry, anybody can. Alright, add the broccoli, cook stirring frequently 4 to 5 minutes. Then add bell pepper and zucchini, cook for 2 to 3 minutes. So basically we want to give broccoli the most time to cook. Since the carrot was small, it's not going to take much time to cook that carrot. So I better cut up my bell pepper. Get that ready. So the trick with bell pepper is you can cut around the stem at the top with a fairly large paring knife, and then your stem will pop right out. Kind of clean out on the inside, get all the guts out of there. You know, red pepper or green pepper, bell peppers are like it's like a pumpkin, right? You just clean out the outside, or you cut open the outside and then you gotta clean out the inside. Alright, keep that going. Make sure our broccoli's all nice. My bell pepper is empty now. Boom, it's ready. We'll cut that up. And again, it was only supposed to be a 1/4 bell pepper. So if I'm making 4 times a serving, I'll use a whole bell pepper. And, you know, this will work good. Dinner tomorrow night is also supposed to be stir fry. So it's good that we have that ready for 2 days, but also our daughter will take it to school. Everybody in the family loves the stir fry. In fact, I was talking to a couple of our clients today in our group, and they're also doing research, and they said that both of them said that this was their favorite meal, if I don't burn. Alright, so that's been about 5 minutes. Bam! Got my stir fry going here. And that might be a little too hot, so I'm going to reduce heat. so good. We do have the stove here, the fan. I try not to use it because it's so loud, but we might need to. We're getting a little steam going on. Oh! We lost the zucchini. The dogs would be happy for that. Yeah, I mentioned that before. Like, you know you're eating good food when your dog loves it. When your dog comes over, it's like, oh my God, what are you guys eating? You know it's a good, healthy food. Or it's just that dogs only eat dog food, which is all like protein, and so whenever there's a vegetable in the house, they're like, oh my God, vegetables, so good. Alright, well that's it. That's done. So I'm just gonna do this around, making sure that's cooked. And that's all I need. It says we can also add some brags, so I'll get some brags for that. And we have the small version of the brags. We like brags in the house. So that's cooking. Broccoli is well done. The carrots are really well done. And if you want to let that stir a little bit, I take a lid and I'll put it right over the food and let that kind of soak up the moisture. Look, I can do this. Anybody can do this. All right, so we got that done. Next, let's look at the miso. So miso soup is found where? $95. Jump back to 95. There we go. This is cooking good over here. Keep that stirring up. Oh yeah. All the bell pepper and zucchini now is getting good. The broccoli actually softened up quite a bit too when I did that lid. So that's my own secret. It doesn't say that. For miso soup, all we need is 2 cups of hot water, 1 teaspoon of miso paste, 2 tablespoons of dried seaweed, and 1 green onion. So let's make double. We use 4 cups. One, 2, 3, 4. 4 cups of water. Go ahead and throw that in the stove. Let's put it right here. Nope, wrong one. That's not right. That's right. Alright, get that boiling. Double checking our stir fry here. That looks really stirred and really fried. That's basically done. I'm going to keep it warm, so what I'll do is I'll turn this down to low and I'll keep steaming it. It'll make that stir fry really nice and moist. Alright, moist. That's one of my our friend's least favorite words. 1 tablespoon of miso paste, so I'm going to double it. So that just means we need 2 teaspoons. This is one of the things that's hard to find at the store. I've said this before. I wish I knew how to make miso soup. That's what we're doing. That's exactly why we're here. Michelle, you need 2 cups water, 1 teaspoon of miso paste, and dried Joaquin seaweed. So super easy. I will say it's a little hard to get the miso off your spoon, and it even says to warm up the water when you're putting your miso in there. But a lot of us in the house like the miso soup, so again, I'm just gonna make double here. And then as that heats up, stir that around, and that'll get the miso all over the place. Bam. So now you know. What did I miss at the meeting? Meeting? What meeting? And that's it. And then 2 tablespoons of dried seaweed. So we'll need 4 then because we're doing double. I'll get my tablespoon here. Clean that off because the seaweed is really nice and clean and dry. Where is their seaweed? Oh no, here it is. This is my second round of the 21-day detox, and I'm still on the same bag of seaweed. So the neat thing about this is here's a teaspoon, maybe a little less, and look at how small it is. But when you hydrate this in the water, it gets huge. So it says we need 2 tablespoons, so I'll do 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now just stir all that together. So now that the miso paste is getting hot, it's a little bit easier to stir in. I don't need high heat here. I'm going to go to like medium. And stir that all together. And then, Michelle, that's it. Now you know how to make miso soup. It's literally that easy. The trick is finding miso paste. And there's a couple different colors. There's red, and I think green normal is normal. I got the red, but when I make the miso soup, it still turns out green. So, super easy. And now you know, like, you want the recipe? Boom. That is the recipe. Screenshot that. You are all set. And now you have your favorite staple at home. Double check on our stir fry here. Obviously, tempers come way down. Oh, but that looks so good. I like it not necessarily crisp, but very moist. And that is exactly how you want it. So this meal tonight, it's not just vegetables and miso, although that would be enough for me. It says to add in a cup of quinoa. So remember that serving is supposed to be for 4. The miso serving is double, so this is enough for 2 people. And you'll find that miso soup is actually probably enough for 4 people. So let's go ahead and plate this and show you what we got. It says 3/4 of a cup of quinoa, but I think I'm gonna go for brown rice. And let me just show you over here. Oops. Maybe I'll show you. Maybe I'll break my phone. Either way. Doesn't really go that far. Okay, now I think it's working. So, I said before, we have an Asian family. My wife's Japanese Korean mix. So we always have brown rice. So you can't see it right now. This is like 6 cups, and it is like full to the brim. And I don't know why. Like we're supposed to have the quinoa tonight, but brown rice just sounds better to me. And that will keep cooking and be ready for you whenever you need it. And there you go, a whole big cup of brown rice. Now I have to remember where our plates are. Bowls are on the bottom, so plates are in the middle. And actually, we have a plate bowl. That's gonna work perfect. So I'm gonna start that out with the rice right in the center. Look at that, and I use the cup, now it looks professional. All right, gotta move the phone back over. Bam, bam, pretty good, that'll work. All right, so now we're gonna add basically 1/4 of our stir fry. So we can either add that separate, and I'm gonna go kind of right over it. And that is probably a third of the serving. So we made 4 servings. I'm doing a third of it, a little bit more than I'm supposed to. And miso soup isn't really supposed to boil, so that's by far done. Just to clean up here, and that's, another thing. People are so worried about this diet because, it takes so much effort, so much cleanup. I washed my cutting board, and I'm like done. I'll definitely wash. Oh, in fact, this is the damaged knife. Can you see where I cut the bone? Yeah, it's damaged. I thought I took the bad one downstairs, but nope, I left the bad one up here. Rinse off the knives, and actually the dirtiest thing now is our spoon holder next to the stove. So I'll just go ahead and throw that in the dishwasher. And that is it. We're done. Give me a ladle for my soup. Bam. Bowls are on the bottom, remember? And I'm not going to fill up this whole bowl, but I want a big bowl for my soup. It does call for green onion in the miso soup, but well, you can't really see that good, can you? I'll go freestyle. But there you go. There's the miso soup, and you see how big that seaweed got. So just like when you go to any, sushi restaurant or something, you always start with your miso soup, and you're like, wow, that's so good. I wish I could make it home. Well, you totally can. And that's one of the cool things about doing our 21-day detox vegan, introduction to vegan diet, because you learn all these new foods. So, hey, there's Roger. Roger knows all about the miso soup and the vegetable stir fry. So there you go. There's my vegetable stir fry. I went with brown rice today instead of quinoa. Just sounded good. There's my miso soup. And so that is a great meal. This was actually a dinner from last night, but I basically opted for just rice and beans last night. So here it is, just catching up with that today. And I made extra for leftovers, and my wife is not feeling great tonight, so she's going to have some. She wanted this. And made extra for our daughter to take to school tomorrow because she's actually back in the real school. I guess COVID is slightly managed, so back in school. So again, I'm just showing that I am not an expert in the kitchen, but if I can do this, anybody else can do it too. Roger, did I see M&Ms? Yes, and this is something that a lot of parents do. They're like, well, I don't want to eat candy, but I need candy, or the milk is the big one. I don't want to, I would be vegan, but we have to have milk in the house for my kids because milk helps you grow. And then if we have milk, I'll drink it. So it's kind of, in my opinion, that's a bit of a misconception. Can you grow healthy kids without, whole milk? Yeah, I think you can. Almond milk, cashew milk, everything else. And if you need some, excuse me, what I suggest is having a drawer or a shelf in your refrigerator, a drawer or your shelf in your cabinets. And that's like the kid stuff. And then you've got a different shelf or a different cabinet just for mom stuff or dad stuff. And I think that's how I work our areas. That, yeah, our kids have some extra treats and snacks, and that's okay. But I just know that stuff is off limits to me, especially while I'm doing the diet. And it's not an issue. So even if you think other people in the house need different foods, just ask for their support. Be like, hey, I really want to do this diet. I want to get healthier. I want to lose weight. I want to clean out my insides, feel better from the inside out. And there could be a little sabotage, I'm not going to lie. But for the most part, they will support you in doing that. And nobody's going to go into the refrigerator and eat all your kale. So if it comes down to that, just buy extra kale. No, if you're following along in the videos, we're doing a lot of meal prep. In fact, I made extra stir fry here, so that's perfect for another meal. But again, our daughter's going to use it for school tomorrow. But it's perfect to do that. And so if you're making extra salads in your big 64-ounce jars, then that's great. And again, nobody's going to run off with your extra salad. Although, actually, my wife did. I made salads the other night, and she came home. She was hungry. I'm like, hey, you want a salad? She was like, sure. So I just gave her a jar. And it's hard to eat out of a 64-ounce jar, but you take the jar, throw it on a plate, boom, you're done. And so that's a neat thing to do, like with the pre-prepping the meals, is not only is it good for you and makes it more convenient for you, but you can actually contribute more to the family. If you're making these meals extra, somebody comes home, from school or from work, and they're tired and they're late, boom, there's a meal right there. So I'm planning for a trip. I got to drive cross country, and I'm stocking the meals up. So I've got a lot of the Southwest tacos ready, got a lot of the breakfast ready, got a lot of salads ready, got extra lentils and sweet potatoes ready to go. So I'm pretty much all set. Again, I don't want to take too much time on these videos. I'd like to make them short and sweet. Otherwise, nobody's going to watch them except for my mom. Thank you, Mom. But again, if I can do this, anybody can do it. It doesn't take a genius or be super hard to eat vegan and be healthy. And my new catch line is healthy doesn't have to be hard. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.